Hey out there, welcome back to the Art of Recovery. And today we have a special guest, Laquasia Tyson with Girls Taking Over. And today we're going to talk about technology. We're going to talk about what our future looks like when it considers AI. So Laquasia, tell us a little bit about you and your background in education.
Yes. So again, just want to say thank you first for having me, on the show, on the podcast. I think it's a great topic. Again, just hope that, everyone can take step in this conversation. But again, my name is Laquasia Tyson. I have a Bachelor of Science in Integrated Information Technology. I have a Master of Science in Instructional Design and Technology.
Okay.
I recently got accepted into a Doctorate of Technology program that I start in the spring. So looking forward to that as well.
Oh, wow. That's good stuff. Good stuff.
So yeah, definitely like one who believes in, getting the education. I mean, like for me, being the founder of Girls Taking Over, being able to get the education, bring it back to the West and to the communities, and be able to share, what I'm learning as well with others.
Yeah.
So I've been in tech now going on 10 years.
Okay.
Just working in different roles. So yeah, and I started out, not knowing exactly what path I wanted to take, but I did knew I always liked technology.
Yeah.
And so to some early age, just, decided to go to USD, major in IT. And again, I got my first job at B&W. So yeah, I was really thinking, working in the partner, but I was on the IT side. So just doing a lot of my IT component support. And then from there, I did some work as a developer. And then now, probably, as an instructional systems designer.
Oh, wow.
And so just outside of that, yeah, just run the business.
And the thing is, too, I like how you said, yeah, you went to school, you graduated, but it comes in different forms. And so you got your first job, you was like, oh, I'm here, but didn't know that, there's a whole nother department here that deals with the same types of things that you went to school for, but also you get to learn from that and then actually know what direction you want to go. And I see with different jobs and where you at now, and you went back to school to get more stuff because you was more interested in it, I'm sure, of what direction you wanted to go.
Like there's so many roles that I think a lot of people just not aware of. Yeah, and that's kind of what we do for organizations, kind of sit with individuals to kind of let them see what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are, kind of get them to find, which roles that align with their path. Because again, maybe a non-tech role where you're still working in the industry, and again, all roles are important.
Yes, all roles are important. I like that. Y'all hear that? All roles are important because we all bringing something together as a team. As long as we're not being selfish, but as we bring, we're working together as a team. That's how the business can grow. That's how our personal experience they can grow with skills. So let's get into skills. So with Girls Taking Over, as the co-founder, and like you spoke a little bit about what you were into and how you think is important for our youth and our community. So tell us a little bit about Girls Taking Over.
Yes, so we are a tech education and consulting company providing services around, what it's, how to get in tech. We have like a lot of like online digital products, we have ebooks, we have a tech career summer program, which is our 8-week program that takes you from confusion to clarity around all tech careers. And so again, this is where we kind of let you see, what are different tech career paths that are out there. And then also we understand that everyone doesn't want to go back to school. So like I talked with you about different options you may have. If you don't want to go back for your degree, maybe you want to do like a shorter boot camp.
Oh, wow.
Even just self-learn. So like Circum said, we have the 8-week. We also have a control alt career community. So it's our monthly membership where you can kind of get that exposure to tech careers as well, ask questions. You can reach out to myself as the founder. Again, we just lots of resources because again, we don't understand that everyone learns differently as well. So you can, yes, watch a video, even attend a workshop for the hands-on experience. So just overall, different paths of, how you guys take it.
Since I think for me and my generation, yes, AI is here, but it's like, well, how can I incorporate it into my day-to-day life? So I think like the workshop, being hands-on, I'm a hands-on type of person, I think I could benefit about it. But again, this is why we're having this conversation because it is our future. And my generation and above, I'm sure we're a little hesitant about how far we can go or it's too much to figure out. I think knowing the difference between AI and is it Chat GPT, like how does that work?
Yeah. Yeah, AI is definitely like one of the, biggest emerging tools right now. Again, it's been around for a while. I like you to think it's new, but it's really been around since like the 50s.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very useful tool. So we talk about generative AI. Those are tools like ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Perplexity. So those tools are generative in that they create new information based off of existing text. So like been trained data. So like it's a very useful tool, and for that skill set, one thing to have is to understand prompting. And so prompting is where you're asking the tool, specific questions, but how you ask it is, is a response that you get out.
And then it could be what word that you're using. So if you're being specific about what you're asking for, it's beneficial.
Yeah, is what you're saying. Yeah, and so the only thing that's happening with behind the scenes with these, and we call it large language models. That's the model that actually train the data. What's happening in the background is that it's making a prediction. So it goes through a process of what we call tokenization, where you break it down. Let's say if your prompt is, what color, the color of the sky is. This it's want to make a prediction, and so I just want to tokenize it, take it through a process then of embedding, where it's breaking out each word into different numbers. So how you exit, what you exit, that's going to get you closer to the real answer. You should never take AI, content or, answers output at face value. So I would always say, if you're using ChatGPT or EF tools, to always, be sure that you have a way to kind of, reference, what is giving you back. Like, yeah, pretty correct. Have a way to kind of, use your critical think skills. A lot of other thing AI kind of take away critical think.
Yes, or making it easy for us, and especially for our kids in school now, when doing papers or doing research, we're just gonna they're copying. So y'all hear that? Don't be just copying everything. You gotta do your still. It's able to assist you, but also being able to do the work that you need to do.
Right. It's definitely meant to be, an assistant, not a replacement. It's not. Some people think that, these robots, AI, is coming to take our jobs. It's really here to get assistance to you. And then another thing to the point out, because of these emerging tools that are all coming out in with AI, it's really creating more jobs. So, yeah, there's a lot of these AI related jobs. You can actually make over 6 figures being an AI prompt engineer. So like being the ones responsible for creating those prompts, that's actually being able to train those models. So like there's a lot of the roles that go into these. So it's really creating more opportunities. And it's just that we as community have to be, willing to, learn, yells and, adapt. So not be one who's not, interested in, taking to the next level. Maybe they be stuck in the past. Like technology, it isn't going anywhere. Of course, there are risks, AI can hallucinate. But again, that's why it always takes, as I'm saying, the human in the loop is always really going to take an individual, kind of be there to train the data, to make sure that the data isn't biased. There's a lot that goes into the in the back.
Okay. All right. It's a lot, but again, there's a lot I didn't even know. And that's why I was like, I felt like this would be a great conversation to have because, like you said, there's so many ways to look at this. So, what would be a good way for our youth to get involved right now? I know because in some schools they offer certain programs, but how can you assist with our youth and what you think they should know?
Yes, great question. Because I do think, the earlier the better. And so yeah, even as early as elementary school, I think ways to keep them involved is to, make AI relatable. Take it hands on. Show them mentors. They're already doing these things. Yeah, just bring it, and bring it to the in front of their faces. You don't want to leave them left behind. Because I think, I know sometimes we think, like AI is, is a threat. But really, it's not a threat. You just have to be, as individuals, adults. We have to show our kids that this isn't a threat. And this is something that they can utilize even as a child. So even if it's just ChatGPT, therefore, it's teaching them the ethics behind it. Like, hey, yeah, you can use this to kind of help make it with homework again, but never like using content at face value. Yeah, I like to use it to research things that nature, but teach them, like if it hallucinates, if it gives the wrong answer, like kind of teach them that, show them that, see, it can answer, like show you the things that it does wrong as well too, so they can understand that it was not always going to be right. Yes, we offer journeys of AI workshops where we teach individuals, they got how to prompt, the basis of prompting and courses of prompting, how to get that specific answer output out of the system. And then we also work with leaders as well. So teaching leaders, how they can bring AI to their teams and agents, and then just for everyday, use cases. So someone just want to use AI, a person use it, we kind of, work with you as well to kind of see how you can use it, for your day to day, personal life. Because again, like you may go places and they're using AI, you're not worried that it's being used. But if you're, you believe in AI literacy, at least I do, so being knowledgeable on, what is AI, what can it do is really what, I like to bring to the forefront. And then I recently create a framework called the AIM framework, which stands for awareness, integration, and mindset. And so just move it beyond that AI adoption. A lot of times I might share we use the AI. Yeah, you can be a YouTuber, but you're not understanding, why the DJs. Or like we're not yet so everything on like, bring that to the, to the everyone's mind.
I think that'll be one of the classes I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take that class. And I feel like, my mindset is even if I think I know, I'd rather come with, as if I don't know. And so I know recently there was a report about, mental health and how with ChatGPT, it became a companion to, a young man. So with that, what should the parents know? And not, the parents, the kids, the grandparents, what should we be aware of when we're so involved in becoming having these personal relationships with AI, not understanding that it's how you use it. And so what are some red flags, or what some things that we need to be aware of?
Yes, and I think that is, yeah, definitely a great and important topic and, thing to bring up. I would say, I think first that, AI, it can be a companion. The AI itself is just, it's not just dependent on technology. Sometimes we have to think about someone using it to ask questions or to get, personal answers from, it could more so mean that, they don't, if I don't have the support system. And so I would say just kind of, make sure that you're, being involved in your child's life. I mean, if you have access to the AI tools that they have access to, maybe checking their chats, but then, like what are the conversation that they're having, the kind of types of questions that you're asking, because again, you don't want to get into too much information.
Right.
Looking as a parent, I know sometimes you're not always around. They may try to hide that they're asking the tool. So I was kind of think about, just, have those conversations early on, let them understand, what these tools are, and how to, like, so that you're not asking, private questions. But again, I think it could be a companion, but I mean, it can kind of guide you, to positive things. Sometimes they can use it for negative reasons.
Yeah.
And that they can risk around that. So I would just say, kind of just have those conversations though with your children, on how, how not to use it, and things like that. Talking about the ethics around it, is just really the first point.
And then too, it comes back to us as, being responsible adults and parents. And, that's true, but it's also another way for us to get involved with the workshops that you're having, so we will understand what's actually happening, how our kids are viewing it. So I appreciate that. That was good advice. I think that was a good piece. And I think that's something that we really need to know. So outside of that, what are some upcoming updates you have going on for Girls Taking Over?
Yes. So we have coming up on January 12th. Be sure to check our website, www.girlstakingover.com. We got a workshop coming up around AI. So I would encourage you to kind of check that out and share it with others as well. Where we're going through our AIM framework, again, I mentioned, where we kind of talk about the awareness part, the integration, and then the mindset. Because it's really about having that mindset, the culture, the mindset to change, in the end, to not be left behind. Yes, because again, this it's been around since the 50s. So again, it's just seems so popular because again, technology evolves. Yeah. So and at this state now, in terms of AI, and then what's already here is what we have agent AI. So that's the AI that's taking, autonomously being able to do things like with limited, behind it, like you can kind of just do a task without, having an.
And what's that?
This is agentic AI.
Agentic AI.
That's, and we're already there. So yeah, it's just that, and I think it's just, people just need to understand that where we are now, so that they can be, here for the future, what's this field, where what's connect. Yeah, so we'll be talking about, all of those in the workshop, things to look out for. We also, as I mentioned, have our Tech Career Accelerator, which is our head program. So we kind of go through, teach you how to get into tech from step A to step B, and so on. And then we also do like mock interviews, around tech careers. Also do resume assessments.
Okay.
And then again, our Control Alt Career is our community weekly membership. So you have a 7-day free trial with that. Okay. Then also for our students, we also have a student ambassador program. So if you have a high school students or college students, people on our website as well, will reach out to me, because we have like something for you. But anyhow, they get, free training, when you just got to advertise as well. But I'm really get free training. Well, with 2-hour materials, AI and tech careers and marketing. So
good stuff. Because I mean, I think that's something that the kids can be involved with now, even in high school. And maybe it's time to have a conversation with some of the schools, to know that this program is there, and it can be accessible, because all the kids have computers now. So you can have that class, from anywhere. We're going to post everything online, so that we'll all have access to the information in the upcoming events. Laquasia, Girls Taking Over, co-founder, I appreciate you. Great conversation. Thank you for coming. And we look forward to being able to partner and help our community grow with this upcoming technology.
yes, for sure. Looking forward to it as well. Don't hesitate to reach out. Here to be a resource, and that's really what we are about to, just getting the outdoors, bringing that awareness. Again, like I can go on and on and on, but I feel like it's just, I think that's the most important part. Is just bringing the awareness of these tech careers of AI, so the AI communities are aware.
Yes, yes. There you have it. Thank you guys again. God bless you. This has been the Auto Recovery.